More evidence is emerging that the Omicron coronavirus variant causes milder symptoms, a World Health Organization official said on Tuesday. Evidence suggests that the variant affects the upper respiratory tract and that symptoms are less severe compared to previous variants. WHO Incident Manager Abdi Mahmoud explains.
We are seeing more and more studies pointing out that Omicron is infecting the upper part of the body, unlike other ones, the lung, who has been causing severe pneumonia. It can be a good news, but we really require more studies to prove that.
Since the heavily mutated variant was first detected in November, WHO data shows it has spread quickly and emerged in at least 128 countries. But while case numbers have surged to all-time records, the hospitalization and death rates are often lower than at other phases in the pandemic.
We had a good number of studies coming up, proving again what we heard from South Africa, that the vaccine still protects you against hospitalization and severe disease and death, and that's what vaccines were designed. The challenge has not been the vaccine, but the vaccination and reaching those vulnerable populations.
However, Mahmoud also sounded a note of caution when relying on data just from South Africa, as it has a young population among other factors. He also warned that Omicron's high transmissibility meant it would become dominant within weeks in many places, posing a threat to medical systems in countries where a high proportion of the population remains unvaccinated. Asked about whether an Omicron-specific vaccine was needed, Mahmoud said it was too early to say, but voiced doubts and stressed that the decision required global coordination.
Apple on Monday became the first company in the world to hit $3 trillion in market capitalization, thanks to investor confidence that the iPhone maker will keep launching best-selling products as it explores new markets like automated cars and the metaverse. On the first day of trading in 2022, Apple stock touched a record high of $182.88. When multiplied by its 16.4 billion outstanding shares, the iPhone maker's market valuation reached above the $3 trillion mark. Apple is the first to reach the milestone, as investors bet that consumers will continue to shell out top dollar for iPhones, MacBooks, and services such as Apple TV and Apple Music. Analysts expect demand for iPhones to remain strong in 2022, as Apple leads China's smartphone market and more consumers subscribe to its services.
Tesla shares shot north right out of the gate on the first trading day of the year Monday, fueled by a surge in deliveries at a time when other automakers are struggling with supply chain issues. The electric vehicle maker delivered 308,600 vehicles in the latest quarter, racing way past Wall Street's estimates. It was able to significantly increase production of its Model 3 sedans and Model Y sport utilities. This comes at a time when factory closures and a global logistic crunch have left automakers short on parts, crimping production. Tesla wasn't exactly immune, but it managed to shrug off much of that by reprogramming software so it can use chips that are less scarce. What's more, analysts say new factories in the US and Germany that are expected to launch operations early this year will enable Tesla to boost production and ease much of the supply constraints. Shares of the world's most valuable automaker rose 10% in early trading Monday, gain in 2021.
Sony has delayed the release of one of its biggest upcoming movies. The studio announced Monday that superhero film Morbius would now appear in April, after it was first due to hit cinemas this month. The movie stars Oscar winner Jared Leto as a scientist who becomes a vampire after an experiment goes wrong.
I feel like more alive than ever.
It was projected to do big numbers at the box office. Sony's decision is a setback for movie theatre operators as they try to recover from closures during the health crisis. Chains like AMC, Cinemark and Cineworld have recently celebrated big ticket sales for Sony's Spider-Man No Way Home. That is still playing in cinemas, but operators have few other big titles due out until spring. The new postponement comes amid fears that people will be reluctant to go to the cinema as case numbers soar again. Some fear audiences might not feel comfortable in theatres and will stay away.